Hi, Kara here, and welcome to my craft room. I'm taking a little break from my rack pack due to the fact of being sick, and I came into my craft room today because I have been on bed rest and I've been watching a lot of videos, and I just couldn't help it. I wanted to come in and try some of these new techniques with watercolors that I've been watching. And so I took out some sets that I had that are flowers, like, you know, they make the nicest actual watercolor techniques. They look beautiful to have like flowers in there, but I couldn't find like just straight flowers that have a lot of blending abilities, that have open space. That's what I'm trying to say. Now this one here, People Like You, I did this one and I left out the saying on the inside because I'm going to stamp it with something else. And what I did was, I'm just going to go over a few things. I was just amazed. I don't do a lot of watercoloring, so I took out my distress markers to do this one. And what I like to do is put them on this little board from the dollar store. It's a little breadboard, and you just put it down to make a border. Here it is here. So to get this watercolor technique, I want to put some things out. I'm jumping all over again, but I want to put some excuse me, some videos out on my blog, because I haven't been blogging for a while, and I think it's important that we get some videos out on there. The rack pack has kept me busy. So what I did was I took the painter's tape right here, this roll. I think it's 1 inch. I don't even think it's an inch. Let me see. 1/2 inch. And you put it around the edges like this, and then you just take it off like this. And this was with Tim Holtz Distress markers. And all I did, I used on this one. Isn't that pretty? But the thing about this flower is it has, I white embossed it, and it has a lot, it doesn't have a lot of open area, is what I'm trying to say. It's more filled in. I'll show it to you here. It's a Hero Art stamp. I was just grabbing. It has a nice amount on here, but not on the leaves and that. As you can see, you can't get any watercolor in because the white embossing powder just covers it. But it still has a nice look. And then I grabbed some Stampin' Up! Papers and some ribbon, and I am going to use some vellum, as you can see here, and to put the sentiment across the bottom. We'll do that if I have time at the end. And anyway, it makes for a beautiful card. So this is with the Tim Holtz inks. Now I thought I would do one with watercolor. So I have one that has daffodils. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. See how I put the clear embossing powder, and then I put, I'm sorry, Versamark, and then I put the white embossing powder, excuse me, on there. And let's try this one. And then I just put it on a clipboard. They're only $3 at any, it's plexiglass, and I got it at my stationery store. And then for time's sake, I put down my tape, and let's see how the watercolor works. This is Elmer's watercolors. I got them at my stationery store. So I'm going to try two kinds. I have, no, I'm sorry, this is Crayola. This is Crayola, $3. So I want to see, I know you're not going to get a lot of pigment as a more expensive paint, but you know, let's see how that works. And then I'm going to try, I had this set. I bought each of these for my grandchildren so that they would start learning to do art. And it's quite a nice set. It was on for $5.99, marked down from, I think it was $29.99 actually, marked to $5.99 last year. I bought 10 of them, and they open up like this. And you have the crayons, you have the little ink wells, 2 of them, an eraser, inside there you have a sharpener, and then you have your oil, Artist Loft oil and watercolor paints here. And then on the bottom you have these other paints that I'm going to take out, if I can get them out here. Just a second, I want to try these as well. So we will grab these. One, just want to see what the difference is on the Artist Loft paint. And we'll do a review on this compared to the Crayola ones. And then they have some sketch pencils. I must have taken some of them out because they're not in there. And it's quite the set for $6. Even if you just got the box, it'd be worth it. So anyway, I forgot I had this. Crazy. And I'm thinking, oh, I've got to buy some paints. Well, not until I use that up, I don't. And then I am going to use my Inktense Derwent pencils on this Stampin' Up. You see that? It's on there, and I've taped it down to the back, so I was able to do one on this side, one on this side, and now the daffodils. So let's try these paints on the daffodils, okay? And let's get out of here. Excuse me. Alright, so I picked these up for $3.29. These brushes are awesome, and they're at your craft supply store or your office supply store, and I like them because they don't roll. They have those corners, and they're only $3, and they have some really, they work well. This is about every time I'm in there I grab a pack of them. So it's nice to have, you know, it's nice to have your good, like this is more of a better quality one, the American Painter, I think. I like them. But anyway, so I grabbed some clear water, as you can see, maybe not. I use one of these large glass things. I keep it beside me. And let's get started. So this is the daffodils, and I white embossed it, and it's on 140-pound Strathmore watercolor paper. And I really like this plexiglass. When I was in there last, I picked this up for $3. I mean, it's awesome. So let's take the lids off these. Let's see how they work. We'll turn them over so that I can use this side if I want to make some colors. And then we'll try it compared to the Crayola, which is only a couple of dollars. There we go. And then have a paper towel close by. And so first I'm going to take a really saturated brush with the water and go over this. I was watching the Frugal Crafter while I was resting, and she does a lot of watercolors, and then the Prairie Paper and Ink with Amy, and she's been doing watercolors like crazy, so of course I had to get in my room today and give it a try. And this is really saturated. I want those paints to really seep out. And the white embossing powder will resist, of course. So let's do this. I want to try the Crayola first. So let's grab one of these. And of course they're yellow, so you have two yellows here. So let's try this one here, the bright yellow. And I'm going to get up and I'm going to try and move this in just a tad so you can see what I'm doing here. Here we are. Okay. It's nice if you're able to see it. Okay. It's kind of like a daffodil yellow. It's nice and bright, and this is just the Crayola. So let's Start moving it around here on the flower. Awesome. And really the water does the work, and you can see that it is resisting. But I want it to go outside of the flower and let the water work with it there. Okay. Let's try this here again. What a nice yellow. Very nice. And I am working right outside of here. Really nice. The paper's grabbing the yellow, and the heat embossed areas are not. Let's go back up here. I think I'm going to heat set this just to see. And then I am going to grab some of this mint green. Wow, it is a nice, I have to show you this. It's a nice texture. Look at that. Can you see that? I can't keep getting up off my chair, but it is really nice texture there. And I'm just letting it go wherever it wants. This is a small one here. There we are. Just let it take it away here. Okay, I am going to get my brush nice and clean. Put it down for just a second, and I'm going to heat set this. There we are. I'll wait until it gets hot. So easy. And then the next time I go in, I won't use as much water. I'll pick up a little bit. Make sure I'm still on that. There we are. Then I am going to add just a little bit of my perfect pearls. I'll move this over, and I'll set just a bit on my mat. Put the lid on that, because the last thing I want is to be cleaning this up. And add a little bit of water. There we are. Very nice. And let's just touch some of that gold in here. There we are. Very pretty on the daffodil. I think I'll grab some of this on here. See how it resists that? I think I'll come out just a little bit. Add some more water here. There we are. And grab some of the perfect pearls. And come in here. This has a lot of the white embossing powder, so it's hard to get any detail. Actually, let me go in with a little bit of the black. Okay, just let it do its thing here. Touch it. I love the way it flutters out. Gonna let some of that for the lines there. I don't want too much. Just enough to give me some. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the dark green. It's almost like a forest green on here and see how this one works. Okay, this is giving me just a little bit. Add some water. I don't want such a line on there. There we are. I want you to be able to see that it has leaves, but okay. Now let's go in with some really light blue over here. Oh, add a little bit of water here. There we go. Let's take this up and have seep down. Just to get rid of some of the intense green. There we are. I'm going to add some blue as well. Lighten that right up. There we go. There we are. I'm not afraid to try things, so I don't panic when it doesn't go the way I want it to, because I know. There we are. Okay. Because I know it will eventually get the look I want, because you can just keep going at it. That's the beauty of it. Alright, I'm going to take another brush here, and I'm going to go with this soft blue. Come up here and really wet that down on the top. Let's see. Let's go down with the green. Awesome. Grab some more water if you want to lighten it up. There you are. It's awesome. Just on the one side, and then we will blow dry it. going to soften up some of that black. This is the artist loft. I think I like the Elmer's. Taking another one. There we are. Love it. Okay, so that's with the watercolor. Let's get that out of there. I think if you get the right, the beauty of watercolor is we can add water to lighten it. There we are. Love it. Okay, now I'm going to take my thinner brush and I'm going to grab some of this deep, deep blue. It's like a aqua blue. No, this is the aqua blue. It's like a navy. And I am just going to give it a few flicks in the back of my hand, like that. And I think I like it just the way it is. I'm looking at the colors just to see if there's anything else I want to add. I think I'm going to add a little bit of this light green and make a little more distinction around the stems. Take a wider brush, add a little bit of water. There we are. Love it. I am going to take a thin brush and I'm going to detail my daffodil. take some gray and add some of these lines. Take the flat brush, add a bit of water. There we go. I am satisfied with that. I like it. Then I'm going to pick out some colors. I'm going to let that dry. But there you have it. Simple, simple, simple. I like the Crayola $3 colors. Let me just show you here. Let me zoom out on this one. Zooming out. There we go. Just want to show you here. I think I'm going to take some of this out, and then I will flick some of this deep purple. There we go. Awesome. Because I will put a paper background on there. Getting a little mud there, but I just want to take those ones out. Take the mud out. Grab some more yellow. And then I'll give you a close-up. I love this yellow. I love this Crayola set. Awesome. Love it. There we have it. I love watercolors. I'm going to let that dry on its own so that it'll get nicely. So, I like Crayola. It's really soft. And there you have the daffodils. And then I'm going to move on to the next one and we'll download the video. So we have this watercolor with actual watercolors. This one is with the Tim Holtz Water Distress markers. And I think it makes a difference on the set that you have. Excuse me, as far as backwards. Give you kind of a close-up. So I like that wet kind of, this is going to challenge me in the papers I choose. Okay, so we'll take this off and see how it looks. Nice and smooth. I only have a few seconds left here. 5 seconds. I'll just show you that with a nice clean edge.